What you're looking at right now can punch with the force of a bullet and create temperatures hotter than the surface of the sun. This creature over here, it's literally immortal and has figured out how to reverse aging. And this tiny thing survived the vacuum of space, extreme radiation, and temperatures that would instantly kill you. I'm not talking about aliens or science fiction. These are real animals living on Earth right now. And after 3 years of research, I found the 5 most insane creatures that completely break everything we know about biology. By the end of this video, you're going to question reality itself. Let's go. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into 5 animals that straight up defy the laws of nature. Each one has abilities so insane that scientists are still trying to figure out how they're even possible. Now, before we jump in, do me a quick favor. If you end up learning something mind-blowing today, hit that like button and subscribe because we drop videos like this every single week. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. All right, let's start with number 5. Coming in at number 5, we have the Mantis Shrimp. Now, I know what you're thinking. A shrimp? Really? But hold on, because this thing is basically an underwater superhero. First off, the Mantis Shrimp has the fastest punch in the animal kingdom. When it strikes, its club-like appendages accelerate at 50 miles per hour in just a fraction of a second. That's 2,500 times the force of gravity. To put that in perspective, if a human could punch with that much acceleration, we could throw a baseball into orbit. But here's where it gets absolutely insane. When the Mantis Shrimp punches, it moves so fast that it creates something called cavitation bubbles in the water. These bubbles collapse and produce a shock wave that reaches temperatures of 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hotter than the surface of the sun, which sits at around 10,000 degrees. So even if the punch misses, the shock wave and heat can still stun or kill its prey. And we're not done yet. The Mantis Shrimp has the most complex eyes in the animal kingdom. While humans have 3 color receptors, the Mantis Shrimp has 16. It can see colors we can't even imagine, plus ultraviolet and polarized light. Scientists believe they can process visual information faster than any other animal, essentially seeing the world in slow motion. Oh, and one more thing. These things have been known to break aquarium glass with their punches. Multiple aquariums have reported Mantis Shrimp that were so strong they shattered the walls of their tanks. Imagine being so powerful that you accidentally break your own house. The Mantis Shrimp is proof that size doesn't matter when you have abilities this broken. Number 4 is the Immortal Jellyfish. And yes, it's actually called that because it is literally immortal. Meet Turritopsis dohrnii, a tiny jellyfish that's only about 4.5 millimeters wide. But don't let its size fool you because this creature has solved the one problem that every living thing on Earth faces: death. Here's how it works. Most jellyfish have a normal life cycle. They're born, they grow up, they reproduce, and then they die. Simple, right? Not the immortal jellyfish. When this jellyfish gets old, injured, sick, or stressed, it can reverse its aging process completely. It literally turns back into a baby. The process is called transdifferentiation. The adult jellyfish sinks to the ocean floor and its cells transform back into an earlier stage of life called a polyp. From there, it grows back into an adult jellyfish again. And it can repeat this process infinitely, forever. Think about that for a second. Imagine if humans could do this. You get old, you get sick, and then boom, you just turn back into a baby and start over. You could live forever, experiencing multiple lifetimes, never truly dying. Scientists have studied this jellyfish for years, trying to understand how it's possible. The secret lies in its genes. The immortal jellyfish can alter its own DNA and cellular structure at will, something no other animal can do. Researchers believe that studying this jellyfish could unlock secrets to human aging, regenerative medicine, and maybe even immortality itself. But here's the catch. While the immortal jellyfish can live forever, it usually doesn't. Most of them get eaten by predators or die from disease before they can reset. So they're biologically immortal, but not invincible. Still, the fact that any creature has figured out how to cheat death is absolutely mind-blowing. The immortal jellyfish is living proof that aging might not be inevitable after all. At number 3, we have the tardigrade, also known as the water bear. And this microanimal is hands down the toughest creature to ever exist on planet Earth. Tardigrades are tiny, only about 0.5 millimeters long. You need a microscope to see them properly. But what they lack in size, they make up for in pure, unstoppable survival ability. Let me just list off what tardigrades can survive, and I want you to really think about how impossible this sounds. They can survive temperatures as low as minus 458 degrees Fahrenheit, which is close to absolute zero. That's colder than outer space. They can also survive temperatures up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, which would boil most living things alive. They can survive pressure 6 times greater than the deepest part of the ocean. We're talking about crushing force that would flatten almost anything. They can survive radiation levels 1,000 times higher than what would kill a human. In fact, tardigrades have survived nuclear radiation in lab tests. They can go without food or water for more than 30 years, 3 decades, just sitting there, waiting, completely shut down. And here's the big one. In 2007, scientists sent tardigrades into space. They exposed them to the vacuum of space, cosmic radiation, and extreme temperature swings. And when they brought them back to Earth, the tardigrades came back to life like nothing happened. Some of them even laid eggs that hatched successfully. How is this possible? When conditions get tough, tardigrades enter a state called cryptobiosis. They expel almost all the water from their bodies, curl up into a tiny ball called a ton, and basically shut down all their biological processes. Their metabolism drops to 0.01% of normal. They're not dead, but they're not really alive either. They're just waiting. In this state, tardigrades produce special proteins that protect their cells and DNA from damage. They can stay like this for decades, and the moment you add water, they spring back to life within hours. Scientists believe tardigrades could survive almost any extinction event. Asteroid impact? No problem. Nuclear war? They'll be fine. The sun exploding? Some might actually make it. There's even a theory that tardigrades could survive so long that they might outlive humanity itself. When our species is long gone, these microscopic bears might still be here, just chillin', waiting for the next civilization to discover them. The tardigrade isn't just tough, it's practically indestructible. It's the ultimate survivor, and it's been on Earth for over 500 million years. If that doesn't earn respect, I don't know what does. Number 2 is the pistol shrimp, and this little guy has a weapon that would make action movie heroes jealous. The pistol shrimp is only about 2 inches long, but one of its claws is absolutely massive compared to its body. And it uses that claw to create one of the most powerful weapons in nature. Here's what happens. The pistol shrimp snaps its oversized claw shut at incredible speed. This creates a high-pressure water jet that shoots forward at 60 miles per hour. But the real magic happens next. The water jet creates a cavitation bubble, which is a pocket of low-pressure vapor. When that bubble collapses, it produces a shock wave that reaches 218 decibels. That's louder than a gunshot, louder than a jet engine, and loud enough to kill small fish instantly. But it gets even crazier. When the bubble collapses, it creates a flash of light called sonoluminescence. For a split second, the temperature inside that bubble reaches 8,500 degrees Fahrenheit. That's nearly as hot as the surface of the sun. Let me repeat that. This tiny shrimp creates temperatures rivaling the sun with nothing but a claw snap. The shockwave is so powerful that it can stun or kill prey even if the shrimp completely misses. The pistol shrimp doesn't need direct contact. The water itself becomes a weapon. And here's a fun fact. Pistol shrimp are so loud that they actually interfere with submarine sonar. During World War II, submarines would hide near colonies of pistol shrimp because the constant snapping sounds would mask their presence from enemy detection. Scientists have studied the pistol shrimp's claw mechanics for years, trying to replicate it in engineering. The efficiency and power of that snap is so perfect that it's inspired designs for underwater propulsion systems and even medical devices. Nature gave a 2-inch shrimp the ability to weaponize physics itself. That's not just cool, that's absolutely insane. And finally, at number 1, we have the lyrebird. This bird has an ability so unbelievable that when people first reported it, scientists thought they were lying. The lyrebird, native to Australia, is the world's greatest mimic. And I don't mean it can copy a few bird calls. I mean it can perfectly replicate almost any sound it hears. And I mean perfectly. Lyrebirds have been recorded mimicking chainsaws, car alarms, camera shutters, crying babies, barking dogs, and even human speech. And we're not talking about rough approximations. These are note for note, tone for tone, perfect recreations. There are videos of lyrebirds mimicking construction site sounds, complete with hammering, power drills, and workers talking. There's footage of a lyrebird mimicking a car alarm so accurately that people thought an actual car was going off in the forest. One famous lyrebird named Chook lived near a zoo and learned to mimic the sound of zoo visitors, crying children, and even the zoo's PA system announcements. Researchers recorded him mimicking a flute solo that a zookeeper had been practicing. The bird heard it, memorized it, and played it back perfectly. But here's what makes this truly mind-blowing. Lyrebirds don't just mimic sounds randomly. They incorporate them into elaborate songs to attract mates. Male lyrebirds create complex performances that can include 20 different species bird calls, environmental sounds, and even human-made noises, all woven together into a single continuous song that can last up to 20 minutes. So how do they do it? Lyrebirds have the most complex vocal organ in the bird world. Their syrinx, which is like a bird's voice box, has multiple independent chambers that can produce different sounds simultaneously. They can create 2 completely different sounds at the same time, layering them together like a one-bird orchestra. What's even crazier is that lyrebirds pass down these sounds through generations. Young lyrebirds learn songs from older males, meaning sounds that no longer exist in the environment can be preserved in lyrebird songs for decades. There are lyrebirds today still mimicking sounds of camera shutters from old film cameras that haven't been used in 30 years. Some researchers believe lyrebirds are mimicking sounds they heard as chicks from their fathers, who heard them from their fathers. It's like an audio time capsule passed down through bird generations. The lyrebird proves that evolution can create abilities that seem almost supernatural. A bird that can perfectly copy any sound it hears, create complex multi-layered songs, and preserve sounds across generations? That's not just impressive, that's nature showing off. So there you have it, 5 animals that completely defy what we thought was possible in nature. From shrimp that create temperatures hotter than the sun, to jellyfish that literally cannot die, to microscopic bears that survive in space, to birds that can mimic anything they hear. Evolution has created some truly incredible things. The craziest part? These are just 5 examples. There are thousands of animals out there with abilities we still don't fully understand. Nature is wild, and we're only scratching the surface. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, because we've got so much more mind-blowing content coming your way. Drop a comment and let me know which animal shocked you the most. I'll see you in the next one.